for the opening. Scouts, prepare for prayer. Oh, great Scouter, we come together this October with hearts full of gratitude and compassion. We lift up those who face the daily struggle of food insecurity, praying that they find nourishment, comfort, and hope in their time of need. Bless the Scouters as they embark on their mission of service through scouting for food. Guide their hands and hearts as they collect and distribute food to those in need. May their efforts inspire unity, kindness, and a spirit of giving in every community they touch. Grant us all the wisdom to see the needs around us and the courage to act with generosity and love. Let this season of service remind us that even the smallest acts of kindness can create ripples of change. In gratitude and hope, we pray. Amen. It, it is. Okay. Everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Scout salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Scout sign? A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent too.
Thank you, Danielle. I'd like to introduce Roundtable team. I'm Lisa Kozel Kenyon. I'm your host for tonight. Danielle Stromberg, Linda Norton, our Council Roundtable Commissioner, Jeremy Labonte, Robert Hart, and Bob Bitgood, who is not with us this evening. Could I have Jeremy Labonte come on up to talk about a special event happening?
Thank you. Of course, I don't have the information right with me, but it should be right behind me. So I was asked to come as a representative of the Northwest District. There is a fundraiser coming up on October. Where'd it go? Thank you, October 18th. So there's a cornhole fundraiser. All the money will go to the Growing Leaders campaign for the council, and various levels of sponsorships as well as signing up, but it's limited to 30. It's limited to 30 teams, and it's $50 a team. So it'll be held over at the Manville Sportsman's Club up in, guess what, Manville. So please consider joining. Please spread the word. October 18th, 2 p.m. start time. And again, and this is an 18 plus only event. 18 plus only event. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next on the agenda is scouting for food. I know you're all eagerly anticipating the door hangers today. That'll be handed out at the end of our breakout sessions. Any council remarks from Ryan or Ethan tonight? Sorry for the jog. Come over here.
Oh, I need to be in front of the camera.
Yes, in front of the camera.
All right. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ryan Hagerman. I am District Executive for the Northwest District, which is Providence County up into the Blackstone Valley, Massachusetts. And we have a few announcements for you all here today. We want to give a huge kudos to all of the units who recruited 10 or more scouts during the September recruitment push. For those of you who have hit that number, hopefully you've gotten your recognition so far, but we want to make sure that we get you some extra special prizes. There's going to be a lawn chair for any unit that recruited 10 scouts or more this month. And we're also going for any Cub Scout packs that have had dens of 5 or more, new dens of 5 or more. or new packs that have started up, we'll be getting some of our Cub Scout curriculum cards. We're going to give us a pack of cards out to every new den that has a new den leader and at least 5 Cubs. And Ethan, do you have anything? Yeah. Congrats to everyone who hit 10 units or 10 scouts.
Yeah, if you're not planning on racing off the fort or at the fort this upcoming Saturday, no worries if you're doing it or if you haven't already.
I'll read
it. We encourage you still to come and visit during the day. Those signups are not closed. Does not mean you can't come if you didn't sign up already. Come sign up on the day. So if you have a group of scouts that do want to participate, the fort is one of the biggest events that we put on outside of summer camp. It's an incredible opportunity. Let's do that.
It's an incredible opportunity to go out and go do a lot of cool different scouting activities, see spectacle scouting. Wouldn't miss it if you have the opportunity to go out. Also coming up, I know it's on the slideshow as well, but our trunk or treat, Yagu is only a couple weeks away. It's October 25th. There's opportunities for youth to come and do a variety of different activities, but also chances to go up there and set a trunk up on Tim O'Neill Field. It's one of those few times we actually tell you to park your car on Tim O'Neill and keep your car there for a long duration of time. So if you have the opportunity, would highly recommend it. But I think that should be it.
What? Yeah. They are most certainly able to come. So that question was, if my unit isn't going, can families on their own go and visit for the day at the fort? That is a total yes. Registration is still open for day visitors. If you have families that want to attend, or if your family wants to attend and your unit is not going, we will more than welcome you to join us on Saturday. I think that's it. Any other questions about that? All righty. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan and Ethan. We also have Rob Coates, our council commissioner, here with us today. Rob, do you have anything to say?
Okay.
The camera.
Thank you for coming on out to the, oh, there's a camera. I apologize. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming on out tonight, right? I know we're all busy, but getting together at Roundtable and other council events really helps us get the word out, get better programs out there, and thank you for your time.
Rob. Our safety moment tonight is about campfire safety. So, who doesn't love a glowing campfire? It brings camaraderie and friendship. Lots of talking at the end of the day. However, to make sure it won't be your tent that burns, let's look at a few things. Let's look at environmental things. And leaders should understand campfire regulations. Always check your camp area. I know when I'm just using Yagu as an example, when you pull in underneath the big old arch on the left-hand side before you enter camp, there's always a warning or, sorry, there's always something posted about campfires, whether we can have them, we can't have them. Beware of the current fire conditions as well, especially if it's been dry and windy and not rainy. Check for any active burn ban. Consider direction and projected size of fire before starting. We don't want a huge bonfire glowing in the middle of the night. Be sure your fire is at a minimum of 15 feet from tents. Some of us forget that. Shrubs, trees, or other flammable objects. Always check low-hanging branches. Store matches, lighters, and items are used as fire starters in a secure waterproof box or a bag outside your tent. Do not add additives. I know a lot of people like making the fire glow these days with that fun chemical changer. That is not good for scouting. Accelerants, Flame enhancing products like magical flames, like I just explained. Avoid cooking over a fire when chemicals or additives have been in there because that's bad as well. Extinguish campfires properly. I always make sure they're mushy because they could have embers still underneath the ground where you can't see where the roots are. For emergency response, never leave a campfire unattended. Prepare a unit fire guard and practice it. Have a shovel or rake handy. Water, especially. I know we always have red fire buckets around at Yagu. And be prepared to respond to burns or someone with fire with stop, drop, and roll. No pallets. Remember, there's chemicals on the pallets and the nails could be in there too. So you don't want to have anybody with that happen stepping on those. Thank you. I'm going to invite Jeremy back up for our presentation.
Thank you, Lisa. Actually, it might be the opposite presentation. It might be a request to everyone. But I'm going to invite up Summer. Summer, if you can come on up. Summer is a wolf cub from Pack 53 Providence. And Summer, okay, you want to look at the camera. National Scout Spirit Award. Can you say that loud? All right. So Summer is working on her International Scout Spirit Award. Part of the requirements for that award is to take up a collection for the World Scout Friendship the World Scout Friendship Collection. If you're familiar with that, we have that at scouting events during the interfaith. All the money only goes to the World Scout Friendship Trust, and that's all handled through council where they distribute it. But as everyone's breaking up for breakouts, Summer will have her hat handy. If you can make any and all donations, we greatly appreciated and accepted, and will be donated all to the World Scout Friendship Collection. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeremy. Good luck, Summer. We will now break off into our separate groups. So Scouts BSA will be in here, and Cubs will be with Jeremy and Linda in another section of the building, so you just have to follow them up. Thank you. Two, I'd like to introduce Mike Kenyon and Robert Hart. They will be going over expectations with new parents of Scouts in your units. Thank you, Mike and Rob.
Okay, thank you. So that's some things just to make sure you share with the folks. If you want to close that, I think that's the end of it for the adult one. If you can open up the youth handbook, please. There's some very similar information. Again, just enlarge it so we can read it. So blah 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 blah. Let's see. So scroll. Youth-led troop. So they want we tell them that it is a very youth-led troop. We're there for safety and health. And I don't know about you, but sometimes it's just a challenge to let them do what they're doing. Because if I did it myself, it'd take me 15 minutes, but it took them an hour. But that's what a youth-led troop does. They learn. So control method. And we talked to the parents about that. Keep on scrolling, please. Just the different positions, because some of these people don't know that just joined Scouts BSA. They don't know what a SPL is or a patrol leader. So we kind of give them that information. They don't know what a Class B or a Class A or Class A dress is. So we give them that information. Again, this is, it's a lot of information, but it's so that they know what they're getting into, what the expectations are. If we can keep on going, scroll. I talked a little bit about the electronics and cell phones. They all know that if they bring a cell phone and something gets broken or lost, that it's their responsibility. So that's something we have in there important. I'm going to talk about some of our outings. You can keep on going. Knife policy, advancement in rank. It's a big one because a lot different than from Cub Scouts where everybody kind of goes up together. We need to make sure we communicate that to them just so they know the expectations. Keep on going. Merit badges. Again, everybody takes a merit badge that they're interested in. Talked a little bit about Eagle rank, record keeping. To keep on going. Scout accounts, which we have camperships. We also offer camperships should they be needed. Conduct. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this. We created a code of conduct for our unit, and we were kind of proactive. This was years and years and years ago. And so we did a code of conduct. We actually developed the NYLT code of conduct, and we changed NYLT to Troop 12. That's kind of like what we did. So, but there's a lot of good things in that, so we didn't recreate the wheel. So we have that. Every scout needs to sign a code of conduct before they go on a camp out. So that's something that's required. Just keep on scrolling. Communications, and then the other questions, references. Where do I purchase my Class A? Where do I get this? Where do I get that? So we have the information there for the Scout Shop, the hours. We have good old Narragansett Council website. And the most important thing in this whole document is a signature page down on the bottom for the Scout, the parent, and the Scoutmaster. So that's how we make sure that all the adults know what the expectations are for Scouts BSA. This is for Troop 12. It could be different for other troops, but it's a general guide that we use, and so far it's worked well for us. So do you have anything to add, sir?
Okay. So for everyone that doesn't know me, my name's Robert, first of all. So what we mostly do somewhat is Troop 12, mostly in the same area. So we mostly somewhat do the same thing. We don't have a handbook that fancy yet, but we've been working on it. So we usually have that when we have ALOs crossover, we'll have them meet with us usually as they post to with their regular meetings. We'll have them come in, let the older scouts take them in, have them run a meeting. We'll take the parents and sit in the same room and have a conversation with them, go over a couple key things with them, what the money and all that, and how much the dues are and stuff like that, and code of conduct with us and how we run our campouts and what they usually cost, stuff like that. But there's other, if they're brand new, we usually have them come in and we give them we have a little handbook. It's like one page that's the same, pretty much everything is, with our calendar and our FAQs of what our troop is and how to get a hold of us and our committee members.
Thanks, Robert. I think you mentioned a bunch of things that are very important. The calendar, I mean, that's what you use it, we use it. We plan our calendar out for the year because we know everybody's really busy and you need to know what you're doing, when you can go on vacation if you ever have that opportunity. So that's important, and the whole thing with just sitting down and talking to them, because you can read a lot of things in the handbook, but there's nothing better than the interaction with a new parent. And that's a good point you made. So, any questions, comments, additions? One thing I'm going to add, we did this years ago and then it kind of faded away, and I want to kind of bring it back, is the talent survey. And we're not talking about, can you sing, can you dance, because I would have none. But like, hey, I have a pickup truck, I could help do this. Or I have an SUV that can haul 8 scouts. I'm like, excellent, I love you, So things like that are important. We utilized that years and years ago, the talent survey. And we basically looked at a lot of the adults, like, what is your job? What do you do? And then once we found that out, I'm like, hey, how'd you like to be a merit badge counselor? And like, excellent, good. So there's probably 5 of us in our unit that are merit badge counselors, and each of us have the capacity to teach probably 6 to 10 merit badges. So we also discuss that with our scouts, just to say, hey, when you go to Yagu or when you go somewhere, just to let them know that we can do this in-house, or we can do this with a council program, and so they'll figure out what they want to do, especially on October 31st at midnight when they sign up for Merit Badge College. So those days are long for me. I haven't done that in a while, but I remember eating the candy on Halloween to stay up until midnight and to do that. So those are good, important things to remember. What else? I can't think of anything else.
Was anyone else had anything else to add, or another way you do anything in your troop?
Just a request, Mike. Can you share those manuals?
I was just going to say, I can share that, and then you can go into the document and do the find replace, and and it's not for everybody, but that's just what we worked on. And I think if you look on the cover page, we have the last date it was revised, and I think it was January of 2025. And then it's a dynamic document, so as time goes on, and we're like, wow, we didn't include that. The committee gets together, we discuss it, and then we update it. So it's a good thing. It's kind of proactive, and it's, like I said, it's worked for us. We have 26 scouts in our unit, and we have normally we have like a 95% participation, and because they know what's expected, they know what's happening next month, they know, just there's no hidden items, I think. So I'll work with Linda, and she can post it on the SharePoint, and or she can post it out so people can get to it.
I wanted to say that we also we do a calendar for a full year, and I've been using the calendar feature in the scouting app. So like, I don't know, advancement, something or other. So not in Scoutbook, in the other one that links to the scouting app. Do other people have issues with it or use a different feature that's not Scoutbook? It's so that it's on their apps and they can log in and it's connected to Scoutbook, but it sometimes doesn't work.
I haven't used that, or we haven't used that much, but I think that'd be great to have it on your phone, because everybody. So when we do the calendar, and it's an electronic document, and so when we do our calendar, council folks, council staff, I'd like to say this. I always go to the council calendar first, and I put it in our calendar, the things we're going to participate in, and I copy the link to that site, so that way they can manually go on, because then we're not going to populate all that information in a little. So they click on that and go, oh wow, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. So that's the phone thing. We have to look into that and see if we want to do that. Can you give her the Microphone. Yeah. And that's the, I'm just being transparent. Sometimes that's the struggle that we have. The parents didn't know about this or that. And I'm like, well, this is the truth. The scouts need to know about it. Maybe, and so we pretty much ask the scouts to pay attention during announcements and such. So so the scouts have the charge, but we all know, it all happens. Yes, Adrian in the back. Wait until the microphone gets to you, please. But our folks online won't hear you.
So I just want to go back to your point about individual scout accounts.
Yes.
Effective at least back as far as 2016, they are no longer allowed to individually credit fundraising to scouts individually based on how much they participate, as the IRS has deemed that private benefit, which is therefore taxable.
Okay, I'll let them know that they're being taxed.
So you could use it to cover or reduce dues for the scouts, or to buy the uniforms and stuff like that, but you cannot create individual scout accounts based on percentage of participation. If you were to split it equally amongst all of them,
that'd be fine.
Regardless of the
And
participation.
that's what we do.
That's not what it said in your document. It said based on participation.
Well, yes, and then that value is allowed to offset costs of membership and so on and so forth. But that's why we have to update the form. That's why we have to update the handbook every so often, Adrian. Yes, Robert.
So this is great. This is why we come to Roundtable, right? I learned something tonight. So thank you so much for telling us about the scouting app on our phone. I just went to the app store, and no kidding, there's an app out there called Scouting. And it does tie to the Scout Book calendar and all of that stuff, but it's an app on your phone. So I'm going to download it and check it out myself. So thanks for that info.
See, that's why it's great to have interaction, so. Right.
So what was the question on scout accounts?
So can you elaborate and repeat what you said about the scout accounts and the time
So
and what have
individual
you?
scout accounts cannot be utilized as the IRS has deemed them to be personal benefit, which means it's a taxable income to those families. If you are a nonprofit and you're utilizing it, you have to distribute it equally amongst all your scouts, whether you do that as you're offsetting cost of activities for them, you're offsetting their dues, you're buying them uniformly across the board, you're buying camping equipment for everybody, but it has to be an equal distribution across all participants in the unit. You cannot do it based on, oh, they didn't participate in this fundraising effort, so they're getting nothing, but these other people are. So now that's you're excluding somebody, and again, now it gets back to down to personal benefit.
Right. So if I had a scouting account, it can't just be the money that I earn, can't just be for me. It's distributed along the whole unit. So, the other scouts that can help have their stuff offset and their costs too. Like whether it's a camp out or dues or what have you. Yep. All right. I think I think I am done.
Does anyone have any more questions to bring to the roundtable team that we might be able to assist with? Well, thank you for coming to the West Roundtable. We greatly appreciate your presence. Our next roundtable will be in November at Amica, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much. South parking lot for Scouting for Food Hangers.